Toyota just issued a recall on the brand new GX 550. No remedy, no timeline, just a warning and a waiting room. And while everyone's focused on that, the 3 luxury SUVs that actually cost almost nothing to maintain for seniors are sitting on used lots right now, at prices that dropped again last month. I've worked with enough of these to know which years you want and which ones will quietly drain your bank account. Before we get into the list, I need to tell you something that most videos in this space completely ignore. There are 2 versions of each of these SUVs. One version costs you $550 a year in maintenance. The other version? It'll hit you with a single $4,000 repair that wipes out every dollar you saved buying it used. Same badge. Very different outcome. I'll tell you exactly which years to target and which ones to walk away from, for each one of these 3. Here's what most people watching this don't know yet. The used car market softened in April 2026, prices dropped 1.6% month over month, according to Manheim. That is a real window right now. The vehicles on this list are cheaper to find than they were 6 months ago. And when the market turns back up, it always does, that window closes. If you're buying for yourself or for a parent, the next 60 days are about as good as this market gets for these 3. That's not a pitch. That's the data. Okay, let's get into it. 3 SUVs. 3 very different stories. Let's go. Entry number 3, Acura MDX. Number 3 is the sneaky one on this list. And I say sneaky because if you buy the wrong year, you're looking at a $5,000 transmission job that nobody told you was coming. A family came to me last year shopping for a used MDX for their father. They found a 2016 with 74,000 miles. Clean Carfax. Dealer serviced. It had the technology package, great leather, everything looked right. I told them exactly what to ask about the transmission. They didn't ask. They bought it. 8 months later, the ZF9 Speed started hunting between 2nd and 3rd gear. That hesitation you can feel but can't quite name. The dealer quoted $4,800. That family called me from the service waiting room. Here's the problem with the 2014 through 2017 MDX. Acura was using a ZF9 Speed automatic, same transmission BMW and Jeep were fighting warranty battles over at the same time. It has too many gears packed into a small package, and the early software calibration was aggressive. Think of it like a chain with too many links. Every shift point puts microstress on components that weren't built for that frequency. Acura issued software updates, but not every car got them. And even updated cars at 100,000 miles are a question mark. You, watching this right now, if you're looking at a 2014 to 2017 MDX with over 80,000 miles, I'm telling you to walk. Not jogging, I mean walk. ZF9 Speed replacement at a dealer, $4,000 to $8,000 depending on your region. Northern California dealers quoted $5,000 just for labor. The part isn't cheap either. And there's also an active brake pedal recall on 2023 to 2025 MDX models. NHTSA number 25V391, where the pedal pivot pin was improperly staked. That one's a free fix, but you need to confirm it's been done before you drive the car. Here's your test drive checklist for the MDX. First, on the highway, apply gentle steady throttle from 25 to 50 miles per hour. If you feel a shudder or a hesitation anywhere in that range, that's the 9 Speed showing you its future. Walk away. Second, pull up the VIN on NHTSA.gov before you test drive. If the brake pedal recall shows open, ask the dealer to complete it before delivery, in writing. So when does the MDX make sense? Because it absolutely does, if you get the year right. Who should buy or who should walk? By the 2019 or 2020 MDX 3rd Gen, those got the final ZF9 Speed software revisions and they're averaging $21,000 to $26,000 on CarGurus right now. Or go 2022 and up for the 4th Gen with the new 10 Speed. That transmission is Honda's own design, and it's dramatically cleaner. The 2022 MDX starts around $36,000 used, but you're getting a fundamentally different, better car. Walk away if you're looking at 2010 to 2013 without documented piston ring repair. That's a $4,000 to $5,000 oil consumption job. Walk away from 2014 to 2017 if the 9 Speed update history isn't documented. And walk away from any year without the NHTSA recalls confirmed closed. The MDX isn't a risky buy. A 2014 MDX without service records is a risky buy. Know the difference and you've already won. My verdict: Acura ranks 2nd of 32 brands for reliability at RepairPal, $571 average per year for the MDX. That number is real, but only if you avoid the landmine years. Now that's number 3. Number 2? This one has a much better track record on average, but it just got a redesign that has owners talking. And not in a good way. Entry number 2, Lexus RX 350. Number 2 is the one I get asked about more than anything else. And right now the version everyone is buying, the redesigned 2023 and 2024 RX 350, is sitting under 6 active recalls. 6? On a brand that built its entire reputation on building cars you never have to worry about. Here's what changed in 2023. Lexus dropped the 3.5-liter V6, the engine that made the RX 350 famous, and replaced it with a 2.4-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. On paper that looks like progress. In reality, forum owners are calling it the worst decision Lexus made in 20 years. Consumer Reports tested it and described the engine as, quote, gritty when accelerating. That's a polite way of saying it doesn't belong in a luxury car. And on top of the refinement step down, the 2023 and 2024 models are buried in recall paperwork. A steering column spiral cable that can disable the driver's airbag. A head restraint that detaches without pressing the release. A rear-view camera that stops working in reverse. And an instrument cluster that can fail to display your speed or brake warnings. That's not a recall list. That's a development checklist that is shipped to customers. The owner on the Lexus RX forum, 2023 model, 2,400 miles, wrote last year, "I've had to get my battery boosted 4 times, dealer replaced the battery, still having problems starting the car. I should have bought a BMW." That sentence came from someone who bought a Lexus specifically to avoid BMW ownership surprises. The recalls themselves are free fixes. What they cost you is time and aggravated service appointments. What the wrong year choice costs you in terms of depreciation. The 2024 RX 350 has already dropped $10,750 off its new price in 2 years, about 20%. Faster depreciation than any previous RX generation. The market is quietly pricing in the recall noise and the Turbo 4 skepticism. Remember what I said in the intro about 2 versions of every SUV on this list? This is the most dramatic example of that rule. Run any RX 350 you're considering through NHTSA.gov with the full VIN. All 6 recalls need to show closed. The rear-view camera software recall has owner letters going out May 2026. Dealers should be doing those now. If a dealer tells you all recalls are clear but the NHTSA website shows open, you have a problem. The website is the source of truth. The sweet spot years. The RX 350 you want is the 4th generation, 2016 to 2022, with the 3.5-liter V6 and 295 horsepower. It's the same engine family Toyota has been refining for 2 decades. It's what made the RX 350 the best-selling luxury SUV in America for years. RepairPal gives it a 4.0 out of 5. Average annual repair cost, $550. Number 3 out of 14 luxury midsize SUVs for reliability. Those numbers reflect the V6 generation, not the Turbo 4. Target 2018 to 2020 with 60,000 to 90,000 miles. On today's market that puts you between $24,000 and $36,000. Who should buy or who should walk? Buy if you want the quietest, most comfortable cabin in this price range for a senior driver. You want the slowest depreciation curve of any luxury brand. Lexus wins KBB's Best Resale Value Award consistently. You want J.D. Power's top reliability brand, 4 years running as of 2026. And you want Lexus Dealer Service, which ranks 3rd in the country for customer satisfaction. Walk if you're tempted by the 2023 or 2024 redesign at the showroom. The new Turbo 4 requires premium fuel, the infotainment is widely criticized, and those 6 recalls take time to clear. By the 2021 or 2022 V6 instead, better car, fewer headaches, and it's actually cheaper used right now. The advice I'm giving you right now? People pay auto consultants $300 an hour for this. Subscribe and you get it every week for free. The 2016 to 2022 RX 350 V6 is the most reliable luxury SUV per repair dollar this side of a Toyota Camry. The 2023 redesign is a different car pretending to carry the same reputation. My verdict: by the outgoing generation. The new one needs another model year or 2 to earn its reputation back. Alright, 2 down. And now we get to number 1. This is the one the dealer argued with me about. And frankly, It's the one that most people watching this video have never seriously considered, even though the data points at it harder than anything else on this list. Entry number 1, Lexus GX 460. Number 1 is the Lexus GX 460. And I know what some of you are thinking right now: it's too expensive, it gets bad fuel mileage, it's old school. Every one of those objections is missing the actual point. 3 months ago, a dealer told me I was wrong to recommend the GX 460 over the new GX 550 to senior buyers. He said the new twin-turbo 6-cylinder was the obvious upgrade: smoother, more refined, better technology. I told him the new 550 was sitting under a federal safety recall with no remedy and no timeline. He told me that it was overblown. 2 of his customers ended up on the NHTSA waiting list: engine failure due to manufacturing debris contaminating the main bearings. Toyota's official statement to Consumer Reports: the remedy is, quote, still under development. So, not coming this quarter. Still under development. You want to buy an $80,000 SUV and wait in line for a repair nobody can schedule yet? The GX 460 runs a 4.6-liter V8, 301 horsepower, that Toyota has been building and improving for years. It's body-on-frame construction, meaning the drivetrain sits on a separate steel ladder chassis instead of being integrated into the body like most modern crossovers. Think of the difference between a house built on a concrete slab versus a house built on a foundation. When something goes wrong with the slab-built house, you're often fixing the structure. The foundation-built house? You fix components. That's why GX 460s are regularly hitting 200,000 miles in owners' hands. There are threads on IH8 Mud Forum with GX 460s past 250,000 miles still on their original engine and transmission. That is a level of longevity you simply cannot buy from a turbocharged crossover. Physics doesn't allow it. Now here's where I'm going to be completely straight with you, because this is the part other videos skip. The GX 460's average annual repair cost is $770 per year, the highest of the 3 on this list. There is one known expensive failure: the secondary air injection pump. On early 2010 to 2013 GX 460s, that pump can fail and take the switching valves with it. Dealer quotes run $1,200 to $4,000. I've seen that quote hit $4,000 more than once in high cost of living states. Here's the good news. Lexus quietly extended coverage on those components for 2010 to 2013 models under a special service campaign, no mileage cap. And for 2014 and later models, Lexus redesigned the air pump system. It's a non-issue on 2014 plus cars. Buy a 2019 to 2021 GX 460 and you're past all of it. That one piece of information just saved the right buyer $4,000. Write it down. The 30-second parking lot inspection. Here's the DIY check I promised you at the start of the video. Before your test drive, with the engine cold, haven't been running for at least 2 hours, start the car and immediately listen under the hood. On a healthy GX 460, you'll hear a soft whirring for 30 to 45 seconds as the secondary air injection pump runs to help the catalytic converters warm up. If you hear nothing, or if you hear a grinding or rattling, walk away. That pump is either gone or going. It takes 30 seconds and you need no tools. Do this every time. The dealer who argued with me about the new GX 550? He doesn't tell buyers this check. Costs him sales on cars that shouldn't sell. Who should buy or who should walk? Buy the GX 460 if you want the SUV that J.D. Power's Vehicle Dependability Study named Most Dependable Midsize Premium SUV for the 4th consecutive year in 2026. You want genuine ground clearance and a 4x4 low-range transfer case for winter driving, mountain roads, or rural terrain. You're planning to own this vehicle for 10 plus years and you want to pass it to someone. You're buying for a senior driver who needs a confident, upright seating position and will appreciate a car that feels planted and secure at any speed. Walk if you're in a rust belt state and you're looking at a 2014 or older. Frame rust on the KDSS suspension lines is irreversible, and that's a skip and walk trigger regardless of everything else. Walk if you find frame rust anywhere on the undercarriage. Walk from any 2024 GX 550 until Toyota closes that engine recall. And walk from any GX 460 where the cold start pump test I just showed you doesn't pass. The GX 460 doesn't have the reputation it deserves because it looks expensive and old-fashioned. That's exactly why you can still buy one for $36,000 and drive it for the next 150,000 miles. My verdict: The 2019 to 2021 GX460 is the most honest value proposition in luxury used SUVs right now. CarEdge data shows a 2021 GX460 retains 62% of its original value while giving you 75% of its useful life remaining. That math does not exist anywhere else in this segment. If you're already a GX460 owner, drop your mileage in the comments. I want to see the numbers. I'll bet the average in the comments section hits 120,000 easy. 3 luxury SUVs. 1 recall situation to avoid on the new GX. 1 transmission year range to avoid on the MDX. 1 generation change that quietly hurt the RX. All of it solvable. If you know what you're looking for before you walk into that lot. You now know more about the total cost of ownership on these 3 vehicles than 95% of the people shopping for them this weekend. Next time someone tells you the new RX 350 is the obvious safe choice, you'll know exactly what question to ask. Which generation? Like, subscribe and share with your loved ones going onto the dealer lot this weekend. You might be saving them from a luxury repair bill. Now, if this steered you away from a bad decision, the logical next question is, what about the cars that cost almost nothing to maintain but don't carry an SUV price tag? I put together a breakdown of 4 sedans that hold up just as well for a fraction of the price. That video is right here. It's the natural next step. That's real-world experience talking. Take it or leave it. I'll see you in the next one.